Let's go hike a volcano with 3 kids. This is day 4 of our 10-day Guatemala itinerary. For some reason, I decided that this whole adventure was a good idea. So we headed up to Acatenango. You can do the first part with a 4x4 vehicle instead of hiking. So if you're worried about that first 4-hour hike or traveling with kids, I recommend this way of getting up there. It was a little bumpy, but manageable. It generally takes about an hour for adults to do this last stretch of the hike, but it took us closer to 2 hours since we had to stop and rest here and there. Once we got up to the top, we settled into these little sleep pods. It's basically a big mattress, but at least you have some shelter and you're not on the ground. There's no running water or plumbing at the base camp, so it's a pretty rustic experience. After we got settled, my teenager and I headed up to do Fuego. This is an additional hike you can do to get closer to the volcano. This hike was much harder. It was slippery and I didn't stay on my feet the whole time. Go all the way down from Acatenango and then back up Fuego. Unfortunately, there were no amazing views or sights of lava because during our hike, the whole area became covered in clouds and it stayed that way. We saw absolutely nothing. Worst part is actually walking back down in the dark with headlamps. That night, Fuego was super sleepy, so we were a little disappointed. We did see some thunderstorms from high up, and that was pretty cool. And a couple times we got the slightest view of lava, even though it was tough to get on video. After trying to sleep for a couple of hours, we got up to see the most gorgeous sunrise. You can hike up to a higher spot, but we were pretty exhausted and nauseous at this point from the altitude, so we skipped this part. We watched the sunrise and headed straight back down to meet our car and then have breakfast at the company's little host house. So would I do it again? I don't regret it, but I hadn't really thought about how hard it would be at 2 a.m. in the freezing cold and the dark while walking to an outhouse with a 7-year-old. I don't think I would do it again unless the kids were closer to being all teenagers. We did get to see the most beautiful sunrise, and now we can all say that we slept on a volcano. Follow for more of our Guatemala itineraries. Now we're headed to Lake Atitlan.